Hey everyone, welcome
Hi.
to hopefully, to the G1 Gamedays podcast, and everyone can hear us now, right?
Hopefully.
Oh my god, this is not the night I want this shit to break on me. I'm your host Johnny Chase, which apparently my computer today just decided I don't want my microphone to work with two different things at once, even though I had no problem in the past. Perk, perk, perk.
Even like 2 days ago in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've done uh like the same thing except without cameras, the webcams and shit. Like playing Infamous on my channel with Silent Hero, who's in the chat right now. Yeah, this is the first try. We didn't have any problems that led me to reset my computer and reinstall the software for half an hour. No, fine, perfectly fine. Oh, I am your host, Johnny Chase, alongside Shiro937 with his little logo at the corner there. Shiro, please tell me you can hear me.
Really awkward moment to introduce me.
Okay.
What a start.
And Mr. Teal Wolf here on my lower right.
Hi.
All right. Gentlemen, other than the catastrophe that was the beginning of the podcast, how are we tonight?
Good. We just had a very fun game day where Jimbo slowly lost his mind again. because we get way too serious about board games.
I caught that. So early on tonight, Red Rub was hosting Ticket to Ride here on the Twitch channel, and I don't understand the premise of the game. I was just kind of watching when I got home. I was getting everything ready for the night, but then I just keep hearing Jimbo. Oh, come on! Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, the basic premise of the game, if you weren't here earlier, is you have to connect like two cities, like you're going from one city to the next. And so he'd have it set, so it's like I just need like this one or this two, and then someone else would come in and just go, "Hey, that I need that too," and completely block him.
It's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's funny.
It was Robe early and then Jimbo at the end.
I have to press my Mac switch to make sure it's on. But
right.
it's not a flippy thing. It's just a button, and the lady on the headphone goes Mac off, Mac on. I'm like, okay.
Is that from your phone or
What?
is that from your phone?
No.
Oh, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, mine will do that because I've got a Corsair headset. Mine will do that when I first plug into the computer. It'll just be like, mic on. It's like, cool, I just want the headphones. I'm not using a microphone. Thank
No,
you.
I have a total beige headset for
No.
the computer.
Awesome. So, how's everyone's week been? I'll start off with Wolf. How's your week been, man?
All right. I Saturday or Sunday we traveled down to Massachusetts to play a tabletop RPG module that we'll probably end up doing for the D&D 2 Electric Boogaloo, just because it's easier. It's just an easier system to run. It's way sillier. You only need 6-sided dice. You don't need a whole set. Like,
Nice.
It's silly fun. There's no real combat mechanic to it, so very very light, very funny.
Awesome.
I think it'll fit a little better than D&D, like full blown D&D. For just doing a 2-3 hour, one shot video.
Nice. And that will be coming sometime in the new year when we start up the goals for Extra Life 2019, which we wrapped a few weeks ago. That was one of the goals that you guys help us hit. But keep in mind, though, we are doing a mini marathon on December 7th to kind of make up for the fact that someone was a jerk and decided to DDoS a children's charity on one of their biggest days that doesn't directly involve Rooster Teeth. Or I think there was like another group that was streaming a marathon as well the same day that RT was doing theirs. I think they raised about $30,000 on theirs.
Correct.
I can't remember which one it was there.
I can't remember who it was either.
Yeah, but I remember seeing that throughout Twitch. Jimbo said, G1 Gamedays, which would be Woody in the chat, said, I arrowed a goat. I would like to know context on that.
Right.
So for anyone that's rewatching this on YouTube after the fact, we are broadcasting this live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/G1_Gamedays. If you're not following already, I don't know what to tell you. But what we're going to be, I wanted for this incarnation, the reboot of the podcast, to be more interactive during the live stream, so that we're just not ignoring chat completely, but. We are going to be taking questions from the chat near the end of the podcast. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to start spamming them near the end, which will be after we're going to be doing our middle segment, which will be a movie review. But Shiro, how was your week?
Playing Pokemon.
Playing Pokemon, yeah. What did you get? Sword? Yeah, you both are playing Pokemon. What did you guys get? Sword or Shield?
I got Sword. I got both, but I started with Sword.
I also got Sword. I might get Shield for my wife eventually, but right now I just have Sword.
Okay.
And fuck everybody that says you need all Pokemon. You don't need all Pokemon here.
No.
You got more than enough.
I mean, they kept the trash bag. Like they got rid of the parakeet. Thank God. They kept
I
the
can't have a
chandelier.
Bulbasaur, but they kept fucking Garbodor. But I can't have
Best
Bulbasaur.
Pokemon. What are you talking about? Best Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like
trash bag is the greatest.
So like, how far are you guys into the game without spoiling storylines? But I mean, there's not really much you can spoil on a Pokemon game, is there?
I will just say that I've gotten 4 gym badges.
Okay, so you're halfway done the game then.
Yeah, probably about halfway done.
Yeah.
I'm done with the story.
I also just got it like Sunday.
Okay.
So.
We've been looking into getting into it, but just so much is on our plate right now. A lot of personal stuff happened with me, so I don't have time to really invest in anything brand new. So I just kind of have to go through my back catalog of stuff to go through that. Besides Pokemon, anything else, Jimbo? Oh, sorry, Shiro.
Jimbo, I swear to God.
He's not here.
Sorry.
Nah, the Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah, the Resident Evil event.
It's fun. Being a zombie is fun.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The fan weapons that made it is super fun. Oh yeah, it's fun.
I got enough to upgrade that. So
and my Palico is now a Wiggler because
yes.
Because reasons.
Because reasons.
Roman put in the chat, Shiro. He's Shiro. You can sing that next time we play Gears 5. He's Shiro. Shiro. That's me. Yeah. No, for me, like Gears 5 though, I'm kind of taking a break from that because I finished everything in the operations. So I'm gonna wait until the next. I think next week is when the next operation kicks in. So start grinding out that and grinding out stars and levels and stuff and see what they got to offer. But man, like Gears 5 so far has been my most played game of the year. Like the most time I put into a game.
Huh.
And I know, Wolf, you and I will get into that soon because we need to do Gears 4 soon so that I can get you into Gears 5 and I need someone else to hop in for the 3-player co-op. But I think for that, I'm just going to be Jack. I'll just float around and just zap stuff.
3-player co-op? That's a choice.
Yep, because in Gears 5, you play as two cogs and the third player is Jack. So he can, as he does in Horde, he can float around, pick up weapons for you, shock enemies. I remember watching on YouTube a girlfriend review. She was playing as Jack, and she just like started floating through. It's in the fourth act there with the satellites. I'm not going to spoil too much there, but there's just a row of juvies just coming through, and she just goes like, "Hey, I'll take care of this." Zap, 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 zap. Yeah, if you guys have never played or never seen Girlfriend Review, it's a fantastic channel. I highly recommend it. They're not so much reviewing the game. It's that she's just telling you her experience watching her boyfriend play the game.
Oh,
which is like extremely entertaining.
I think this year it could be Monster Hunter. It might be Apex.
For most hours played?
Probably. I know I've gotten to 200 total in Monster Hunter, but I can't remember exactly when I bought it. I got that last year.
Monster Hunter for sure.
Yeah, for me this year, it's definitely Gears. Well, that's just my nature. Like I jump between like story games for my channel. So I'll just like, oh, done this game. All right, move on to the next one. Done with this game, move on to the next one. That's kind of my nature. Which I've been doing this past week here. I've been playing through Infamous. So I had this thing on my channel where every fourth playthrough, I have the subs on my Discord nominate a game, and then they vote on it, and then most votes wins that. The person who nominated gets to either come in color commentary, or if it's a multiplayer game, we play that. So like we've done the Saints Row games with Jimbo, Wolf. We've done. Did you do that? Did your suggestion get picked and we did something, or did we just play? We played Gears 3 for the fuck of it, I think.
Yeah, I think we just did Gears 3.
Yeah. But right now I'm doing Infamous, and like it's interesting. Like it's the game that I picked for when Sony got hacked all those years ago and all their information got leaked out. I think it was that, and then
I applied. I didn't get any of the stuff for it. Like I never actually received a payout for that lawsuit. I definitely had a Sony account at the time.
Yeah, it was that, and I think like a PSP game I got. I think I got like Mod Nation Racers. I think you get like two. You got like 2 games for each system that they had at the time. And it's just like, oh, if you pick this, then you can't sue. I'm like, well, whatever. I mean, I didn't get anything stolen, so we're good. Other than that, oh yeah, there's a story I wanted to tell for tonight. So I closed my store tonight right at 9 o'clock. So the gate was completely shut, and all of a sudden, 10 seconds later, I hear, "Wait!" I was like, "No." And he's like leaning up on the gate. He's like, "Can I come in and pay a bill?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Why not?" I'm like, 1, the gate is closed. 2, the cash registers are closed. And 3, no. And he's like, "Well, it's due tonight. What am I supposed to do?" I'm like,
Tomorrow.
I said, "You come in tomorrow?" He's like, "Well, it'll be late." What did he shut me off? I'm like, "Too bad." I don't know what you want me to do. Like,
You're the one who tried
I'm not like
close.
Some people I'm not like some people that I've closed with at like 10 minutes after close is like, "Oh, I got some stuff to bring back in." "Yeah, sure, come on in." I'm like, why? And I went to my assistant manager. I was like, "Yeah, so he's gonna go down and take the money with you tonight." He is like immediately volunteered to do that. It's like, "Why?" I said, "He just left someone in the store to return equipment." I'm like, I'm not going down with you. That's his time to waste. He can go down and waste it with you. I'm done. But it just you don't understand how so gratifying it felt to like shut everything down at 9 and have one person come in. It's like, "Wait." I'm like,
Dude,
"Nope, too bad."
dude, it's like when we close at 8 before a big holiday. And you have people going like, "It says 11. The sign says 8 because tomorrow is this holiday. But I want pizza. And I want to go home to my family."
What I really wanted to say was, listen, if the woman at the Dollarama can wave me away from going into the store at 5 minutes to close, I can tell you to fuck off at 9 o'clock and 10 seconds. That's my prerogative.
I don't get it anymore in my new store because my old location closed a little earlier. But like, closing, counting money, and you just hear the yanking on the door, and it's like, too bad. I'm not even going to go up and like, I'm not even close to the door. I'm not going to go up and even justify this guy trying to get in.
My coworker,
the lights are off. I'm counting money. Go away.
My coworker at the other store, she posted a meme up today where it was like a dude here, and then an old timer who's just like mad. On the younger dude, it said, "Doors open at 9. Boomer wanting to pay a bill at 8:51." Why aren't you open yet?
I saw one like that where it was like It was like nobody. Old people at 8:53 when the store opens at 9, and it was Kane ripping the door off the Hell in a Cell.
Yes. Can't stop me from paying my bill. There's your manager. I have coupons.
While we're talking retail, because we all work in a corporate store of one kind or another.
Mm.
Are you guys doing Christmas music yet?
No.
Yes.
The mall is. Every other song roughly is a Christmas song, including
I think it's
"Let It Go."
Oh, come on.
At first I questioned. I said, "Okay, is Let It Go playing because Frozen 2 is coming out on Thursday, or because they consider Let It Go Christmas music because snow?"
Christmas music is so vague. We had Let It Go as a regular song for a while. They would just sneak it in.
Let It Go is a Christmas song. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I am one of those
My
ones.
favorite things is not a fucking Christmas song.
I'm one of those persons that watches Die Hard at Christmas.
Yeah, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza.
Exactly. I've tweeted that photo out several years in a row. I'm like, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza.
I've seen it as a T-shirt.
And Fox themselves was actually going along with the meme, because last year you could buy, I think it was the 30th anniversary of Die Hard, and it came in a sleeve that was an ugly Christmas sweater. So even they consider it a Christmas movie now. Yeah. Anyways, that has been our weeks. So moving on, I picked out a few stories here and there for us to go over. So it's time for the news. Like that transition.
The news.
Going bouncing all over the place. Yeah. All right, first up, the Keeley Awards are ready. The 2019 nominees for the Game Awards, which I think half of them are Death Stranding, but
God,
we're going to go from down to up because Game of the Year is the first one that's on here. So let's all go all the way down. I mean, for me, having Death Stranding on there at all, I think is kind of... Well, the fact that with Keeley and Kojima basically ruling this show for the last 5 years, and Keeley being actually in the game, there has to be some type of journalistic integrity. It's like, you know what, maybe you don't get nominated for everything.
It feels like conflict of interest for sure.
Yeah, complete conflict of interest.
I hate to admit it, but it is actually a decent game.
Oh,
I haven't had a chance to play it. I've just been looking at it from afar. But so nominees right now for VR AR game: Asgard's Wrath. I've never heard of it. Blood and Truth. Never heard of it. Beat Saber. Not had a chance to play it yet. No Man's Sky. Which, can we really nominate a game that's 4 years old? And Trover Saves the Universe, which is Rick and Morty the VR game. Not really. I mean, come on. It's the character's voice. That's Dan Harmon, and he's doing the Morty voice. What do you says, Trover? Wordman says best VR game is RE7, and he has my emote there.
I gotta give it to Beat Saber personally.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a chance to play any of these. I've only ever done VR.
I think for No Man's Sky, it's the fact that it's just, it's a 3-year-old game at this point, and it's just basically it's the same way as experiencing in my opinion, RE7 in VR, which is just the headset is your right stick for most things. Makoto says Trover and Beat Saber are fun. I've seen people play Beat Saber. It looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it is.
I honestly haven't gotten into Rick and Morty at all, so
Yeah.
Fucking-
it's
Strategy
just like
game,
Trover. I think would just be like past me.
pretty
It'd just be
much.
over my head.
For what I've seen, it's a lot of that Rick and Morty style humor. He does do a lot of like fourth wall breaking as far as like tropes in video games, which I kind of enjoy. You know me,
Yeah.
I always freak out whenever there's 3 of anything. I was like, oh, doing that there. Nominees for best strategy game: Age of Wonders, Planetfall, never heard of it. Aeon 1800, never heard of it. Fire Emblem 3 Houses,
Yeah.
your waifu simulator.
Best
Total
game.
War 3 Kingdoms. Tropico 6. I didn't know they made anything past 3. And
Tropico
Wargroove,
6.
which I think it kind of looks like a lot like Fire Emblem.
Wargroove, it's kind of an Advanced Wars, or more or less, but
I like Advanced
it's
Wars. Advanced Wars is fun.
it's pretty fun. I played a little bit of it. The biggest problem I've heard about it is that there's no real like variant, like the percentage. There's no like percentages change, so you can get into like a war of attrition pretty easily, from what I understand. But from what I played, I really enjoyed Wargroove.
So, sports and racing game: Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, Dirt Rally 2.0, eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, which I guess is the new name for the PES Konami game. F1 2019, and then FIFA 20.
Oh,
I think Jimbo will rage if FIFA 20 doesn't win.
I feel like this is saying a lot that best sports game is just down to 2 FIFAs, F1, Rally, and then Crash. Nothing else stood out apparently at all.
Son here says no WWE 2020. No. Okay.
Yeah, no, that game was
Here's
a
the
mistake.
question: which game is functionally worse, 2K18 on the Switch or 2K20 for everything?
2K18 by far.
That would be interesting to see a side by side of that, actually.
No, at least 2K20, works.
If they
Somewhat.
can fix it. If they can fix it.
All right, so for best score in music, we have Cadence of Hyrule, which is the Cryptid Necrodancer meets Legend of Zelda game on the Switch.
I gotta get that at some point.
Death Stranding, DMC5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. Which I've seen a little bit of gameplay of that. That's it's an interesting rhythm-based game, but you're on motorcycles. You're driving through hearts.
Yeah, I played it a little bit, but it was I'm playing it on my phone going, I really wish I had this on any sort of console that has an actual controller rather than trying to swipe for a rhythm game. I mean, it is available on the Switch and I'm pretty sure the Xbox, but like
it was Sayonara Wild Hearts? Yeah, I know it's on the Switch for sure.
Yeah.
People in the chat are saying, gotta go with Kingdom Hearts 3. What he says, none of the above. And Makoto's torn between Cadence and DMC5.
Yeah, because
I can't remember what I picked for this. Also, side note, while we're talking about voting for the Game Awards, why the fuck are there achievements? Why the fuck do I have to keep clearing a pop-up that's like, here's a new achievement because you voted on 10 categories? Fuck off.
Bleep bloop.
I don't need goddamn achievements because I'm voting on something.
You clicked on something. Bleep bloop.
It's not like I get Xbox.
Yes.
I'm not getting Xbox points for it or something. It's just a meaningless fucking pop-up that's slowing me down from voting.
Best role-playing game: Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy XIV, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and The Outer Worlds. I think that one might actually go to The Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
I can see it going to The Outer Worlds. I think. But like that to me, it's torn between Iceborne and Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is really good, but
not Kingdom Hearts 3.
I didn't play Kingdom Hearts 3 because I have not played any. I've not fully played any Kingdom Hearts game.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is not a role-playing game. I hear what you say.
It's an action It's an action RPG, but I feel that this run with Kingdom Hearts 3. It's less RPG than ever before. I mean, yeah, you can level up stuff, but like basically you get one move and that's it. Like you can win the game with it. Then again, my wife and I played it on beginner, so I didn't have to like worry about grinding or anything. We just wanted to, watch the story and all that unfold.
Yeah, I could see Outer Worlds getting it.
Okay, so now we have best performance. Oh, skip that in there. So award to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and or performance capture. And we have Ashley Birch for Outer Worlds. I'm not even going to attempt to name the character. Courtney Hope from Control. Laura Bailey for Gears 5. Mads Mikkelsen for Death Stranding. Matthew Porretta for Control. And, of course, Norman Reedus for Death Stranding.
And if you're a Critical Role fan, that decision becomes very tough because between Laura Bailey and Ashley Birch, who have both played... I mean, Laura's on every week, but Ashley has played a fan favorite character for a couple times.
Gotta go late.
I want to say, did Ashley Birch win last year for Alloy for Horizon, or in years past?
I think it was years past.
Yeah.
I don't think Horizon Zero Dawn was last year, but she might have.
Woody says Norman because I saw his butt.
Yes.
We've got Wordman says Laura Bailey, which Laura did a really good job with Kate in Gears 5. Like she always does a good job. Ashley Birch, I've heard like when I've seen Short Blast stream Outer Worlds and have a character. I mean, nothing wrong. It's a serviceable performance. It's Ashley Birch. Ashley Birch.
What's the website for this?
She was nominated. She didn't win.
Okay.
Game Awards.
Okay.
She did win
best ongoing game, which is just this is kind of funny. It's like oh hey let's give it an award for a game you're still playing. Nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege.
I mean, I voted for Apex, but it's probably going to go to.
It's probably going to go to Fortnite just because of the Chapter 2 stuff. And then the fact that they broke the internet by killing the game for 2 days.
Yeah. For taking it down for maintenance for 2 days, but making it an event. It's subjectively, I'd like it to be Apex. Objectively, it kind of was.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue against.
Yeah, and they changed so much in that Chapter 2 update. Yeah, it'll definitely go to
Parvati. The name is Parvati. It's not that.
Yeah, Parvati.
Parvati. It's Parvati. That's it.
So, narrative. We've got A Plague Tale: Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and Outer Worlds. Don't really have anything to say on any of the games because I haven't played them. Control, I know, was made by the same group that did Quantum Break and Alan Wake.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I didn't hear that much. Like, I felt like it kind of came and went. So
yeah,
it's weird to see a Control. So it's weird to see that it's like an Oscar bait movie that everyone forgot about until award season. It's just like, what, really? Okay. Yeah. I mean, and Outer Worlds, the story is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling it will go to Death Stranding just because your feelings on the game withstanding, like it's from what I've heard, it's it's got an interesting narrative to it. So I mean, more so than any of the other games that are on here. I don't really know that much about Plague Tale. I've seen trailers for it and it looks interesting, but just haven't had time to get into it. Bakoto says, "Fuck the Outer Worlds with a razor bladed dildo."
I know, because it's Fallout. We get it. Because it's Fallout. I understand. We got you.
It's Fallout that works.
Why the hatred? It's a good game that happens to be from Obsidian.
It's space Fallout. It is.
It's Fallout. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, so for
if you don't like Fallout, I understand, but.
Yeah. So for multiplayer game, we've got Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's Division. I'll be honest, I forgot the Division was even out.
To be
Yeah.
totally honest, I agonized over this one for a little bit. I went Tetris 99.
Yep. Tetris.
They shadow dropped that shit for free, and made a Tetris battle royale. They made it fucking work.
Yeah,
it worked really, really well. It shouldn't have, and they made it work really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tetris
I don't
all
see
day.
Borderlands 3 winning just because of like it's another one of those that it just came and went. Like I've had no interest to go to it. What do you mean says Poyo Poyo?
No,
I have no interest in
haven't
playing
even beaten
Borderlands
2
3
yet. I get to a certain point
when
of
it
2 and I'm like, I just get bored.
I tried all characters in Borderlands 3 and they all bored to death. I can't.
I'll get Borderlands 3 when it's like super cheap and I have nothing else to play. Basically,
it just wasn't a game that like 2 didn't catch me. I don't think 3 is gonna.
No. All right, next up, best mobile game. We've got Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sky, Children of the Light, and What the Golf, which I've never heard of the last two. Grindstone, definitely not. I'd say it's going to go to Call of Duty Mobile.
What the Golf is it's cute. It's different because it'll be like you'll swing and then the guy will go towards the hole instead of the ball, like the whole house. It's cute.
Yeah. I will say though, it's probably going to go to Call of Duty Mobile. I mean, they do have the gotcha stuff, but I mean, it functions very well. As someone who has played quite a few games on it, it runs like a Call of Duty game. Until they get controller support, though, I'm just gonna stick to playing on mouse and keyboard because the developers do have like an app that you can get for your PC and basically map keyboard and mouse controls to it. So it unfortunately pairs you up with people that are playing on the phone. So while they're like fumbling around, like trying to do this and this, I'm just like. I
feel like I've seen Game Attack talk about that. Like, we're gonna play Call of Duty the other way how on our computer.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to play for a little bit, but then they unlocked the Battle Royale mode, which, I mean, it looks just like Black Ops 4. And that's the thing, it's completely free. The only thing that you would get is just, like, skins for guns. You'll get, I mean, you can still level up guns like you would in any other Call of Duty. Best independent game, we have Baba Is You, Disco Elysium, Katana Zero, Outer Wilds, and Untitled Goose Game. Guess what's winning?
Oh, the thing I voted for. And I remember Outer Wilds was like, I think at first it was given away in a Microsoft mix pot. I think.
Yep, that's how I got it.
And then they Game Passed it anyway. So I've not touched it. No, we all know what it's going to go to.
It's a
broke the internet for like a week.
Yeah,
Goose Game.
It looks
They're
fun.
Still making
it's a quick
games.
It's a quick 2-hour game.
Yeah, we
can have a ton of fun in it.
Yeah, it looks really fun. It's just not. I haven't played it yet because it's just. It looks really cute. It doesn't look $20 cute for how short it is.
No,
to me.
But one of the things
15 was like a little more than I want to spend, but I will get it at some point and love it, I'm sure.
One of the things I'll always laugh about this is that because Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds sound so close to each other, you'll get confused. Case in point, Pat, formerly of the Super Best Friends, who just streams on his own, Ingrid's Pat, who was like, contacted people at Obsidian, was like, hey, I wonder if I can get an early copy of the Outer Wilds to stream. And they replied saying, Outer Wilds is already out by our friends at Mobius Digital, so be sure to go ahead and give your support to them. Outer Worlds comes out, and he's like, I just burnt my bridge. I will never get a game early again.
You should.
Honestly, you think Mobius would be like, yo, it sounds too close to Outer Worlds. Do you think we could just name it something else?
What the hell is even Control? I don't even know what Control is.
It's a third-person action game.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Game of the Year, please. Thank you.
Games for Impact. Now, what was this like is this like the ones that make you? Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna say the games that make you think. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message, we have Concrete Genie. I'm even gonna try to pronounce that.
I believe it's Gree. I think it's Gree.
Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, Sea of Solitude. Don't really have much to say about any of these games.
I only know it's Gree because of the 0 punctuation about it.
Okay.
It's the only way I've heard of the game.
He's still a thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's still a thing. I honestly I miss his let's play videos he used to do, but he moved out of the country he was in, so he doesn't have that let's play partner anymore, so they don't make him anymore. But I think I went with the first one, Concrete Genie. Just I saw some footage and it looks gorgeous, but I think it's PS4 only, so I don't know when I'll ever get to play it.
Rayman says Celeste. Well, that was last year. Concrete Genie is fun, says Makoto.
Oh, cool.
Best game direction: Control, Death Stranding, RE2 remake, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, or Outer Wilds. So for this category, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. It's hard to say. I would probably say like not playing Outer Wilds, but I've heard like it's not what people think it is, so I probably would go to that. Like Death Stranding, like that's like big from everyone if that wins. What he's saying, RE2, Eric saying Sekiro, Makoto saying RE2 or Sekiro. I
was thinking Sekiro.
Oh, I don't have alerts up, but hey, I'll say this on the podcast. The Fat Man, one of our hosts, just resubscribed tier 1, 19 months in a row. Wubba Lubba Sub.
You're like 15 categories late for Wubba Lubba Sub. We already talked about Drover.
All right, what's up next? Fresh indie game presented by Subway. Guess which one will be given a reward on stage? Probably the one with a giant advertisement.
Yeah, I can't imagine that at any other award show. Like, you imagine the Tonys. Fucking like best new score presented by Subway.
Best actor in a short play presented by Blue Apron. Best new play presented by Raid Shadow Legends.
Jesus.
That'd be perfect. Perfect.
Okay, so they're going by, I guess, the studio.
Oh, they should have. They should have. They should have had best mobile games sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh. And before they show the award, they have to have like a 3-minute thing. It's just like, come play on my private server and get 50,000 gold and an epic hero. Go to raidshadowlegends.com/game awards. So we have Za for Disco Elysium. I'm not gonna read. There's tons of these here. So I mean, you got the games. We got the Disco Elysium. My friend Pedro, which I haven't played yet, but I want to. Untitled Goose Game. For Slay the Spire. Is that Slay the Spire? Is that the one that has Twitch integration?
Yeah, I believe it does have Twitch integration. I think Jimbo did that with Twitch integration.
Jimbo keeps playing it too. So.
Makoto, best indie performers bought you by Trojan condoms.
There's a Discord community I'm part of that has like a gaming channel. They had to make a separate Slay the Spire channel because that was the only thing they were talking about. Okay,
we got some controversy coming up here. Best fighting game: DOA 6, Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Shodown, and Smash Ultimate.
Smash Ultimate.
I would give it to Smash Ultimate, but there are some really good choices on there. And also, Jump Force got nominated for some reason.
Like, why? Why?
Because it's on Game Pass.
Because it's a fighting game that came out.
Press X to do your finisher. Just go watch Max's video where he just looks at all the supers. He's like, 8 out of 10. 4 out of 10. It's fine. So what we got in the chat here? We've got Sam Show from Makoto. We got Smash. Woody trolling us with Jump Force. Smash, but you can Sham Show is close second. I have not played Sam Show, so I have no basis on that. I had fun with Mortal Kombat 11. I think Mortal Kombat 11 probably my second most played game of 2019 so far.
Yeah, why wasn't Battle for the Grid nominated?
That is a good question because that game gets constant updates and changes. They really listen to the community. I mean, minus me, of course, because I've been bugging them. Where are you going to put lobbies? Me and Jimbo want to do game days in this. We need lobbies. I mean, you got crossplay, cool, but we have these like weird UA logins. I just need a lobby. I mean, Smash just made it so that I can change rules in lobbies. That's awesome, but come on, Battle for the Grid. I need this. We need to play some because Battle for the Grid is fun. Like if you're missing out on that 3v3 Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game, this like Power Rangers is a good one to go with. I imagine it will go to Smash, and then immediately when it wins, we will get the 5th DLC character. Because last year they announced Joker, and unless Nintendo does a direct in the next couple of weeks, this is the time to announce the final character.
If the thing about it's going to be someone with a mech is still the true rumor, I'm going to say it's the pilot from Blaster Master. It's about time.
There you go. I have a feeling that like my house will explode if it turns out to be Lara Croft, because like Melody will just go up and down the stairs, just going. She looks so good. That's why I want her here when we live stream. I don't know if Gamedays is going to live stream it. I know I'm going to live stream my reactions to the Game Awards. She needs to be here when that happens, just in case it's Lara Croft. If it's Lara Croft, that'll be like the best reaction ever.
When are the Game Awards?
December 12th.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't. I have no idea because I don't know my schedule yet.
So this one here,
category,
family game. For best game appropriate for family play,
Nintendo.
Irrespective of genre or platform. Now take a close look at these 5 nominees and see if you see a common thread.
Luigi's Mansion 3,
Nintendo,
Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash Brothers, Yoshi's Crafted World.
That's how this went.
It's okay to make the category for one console, like. Best Nintendo exclusive, best Xbox exclusive. Well, they probably only have 2 to choose from, but best Sony exclusive. You got a lot to choose from there. Family game. It's Mario Maker 2. It has to be Mario Maker 2.
You're telling me no one else made a family game worthy of it?
It's not. That's
Silent
not a
Hero
family
says.
game.
Silent Hero says Smash Ultimate because it's for good boys and girls of all ages.
Yeah, Smash Ultimate is for good kids of all ages, apparently.
The esports stuff we can go over because, like, honestly, I don't follow esports enough to know who these people are. Unfortunately,
no.
If you do, all power to you. For us here, we don't really follow.
I did throw a vote to Golden Boy because he's also an AEW host.
There you go. That's the thing too. Like AEW is all about that. Like they had what was it, Fyter Fest? And like the night before the pay-per-view, they had like the Capcom Cup there, and had people like they had everything set up in the ring and had everyone come in. That's what events need. You need freaking pop and circumstance. You need entrances. You need theme music. Have more of that. Like Top 8 of Evo. Like you're inside the Mandalay Bay. This is where the best in the UFC come to fight.
And best in boxing, yeah. Like.
Esports Game of the Year. I guess we can talk about that. CS:GO, Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch. These are games that are like 5 years old. Really, it's like this award's a popularity contest. It's about who gets the most viewers, who gets the most hype. It's probably gonna go to Fortnite.
Yeah, probably go to Fortnite. My second would probably be LoL. Honestly, League of Legends.
Best esport event doesn't really matter. Esports coach doesn't matter. Content creator of the year. Here's some interesting. These are a lot of these are people that are now at the top of the game of Twitch, or these are the people that have made the biggest moves to other platforms. So we've got Courage, who has left Twitch to go to YouTube exclusively, mostly for like created content, edited content. Excuse me. Which is strange because a lot of people are like trying to get away from YouTube because of all the stuff that's going to be happening in a couple weeks with the COPA and the FTC and the whole don't swear in your videos, like a year ago. Don't swear in your videos, that'll get you demonetized. Now don't you dare target towards kids. It's like, well, what do you want us to be? Like, make up your mind.
I saw someone explained the COPPA thing, and it's not as bad as people are making it out to be, but
it's very
I would have to go find
white. Like it's not very black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray, and that worries some people. They don't want to get fined. But see, it's like, say if I was a serious YouTuber up here, I don't really have anything to worry about. FTC can't hit me. I'm Canadian. This is just going to affect really like people in the U.S. as far as content creation, from what I've seen. But to cover my own ass, I went to my YouTube settings, changed it to adults. Like, no kid. I don't make content for kids. Like, I have a potty mouth. Fuck.
Silent. I wouldn't call what Dr. D did an important or positive impact on the industry.
We got Dr. Lupo. I think he's probably like one in the top 10 for streaming. He does a lot of community or charity streams as well. Ewok, interesting content creator, as she only streamed on Twitch for 70 days and then had an exclusive deal with Mixer. Yeah.
What?
And I don't know who this is it Greg F or Greg G Dreff, whatever.
Dreff?
Shroud, which is the second person to get an exclusive deal with Mixer for coming over.
I think I voted for Shroud because I'm going to be totally honest. He's the only one on that list I've ever heard of. I might go check out Ewok now to hear it's
very interesting. Because, like I said, she only streamed on Twitch for about 70 days and then got the offer for Mixer. Made a big following. I believe she's like hearing impaired or completely deaf, but it's like a really top-notch Fortnite player. Okay. Short Bus is saying she is deaf, like no hearing at all. So that's crazy. So I think it would be either between Ewok or Shroud. But then again, it could go to Dr. Lupo for his charity work. So we'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
Community Spotlight, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, I guess this is the, hey, we didn't fuck up as bad as Fallout 76 award.
What the heck with Fallout 76?
Yeah, I'm not really in the community.
Well, how about
those games,
how about the first membership that you pay $100 a year for private servers that aren't private? And apparently there was supposed to be a box that you could put anything you want in it, but automatically deleted it.
Yep.
Greatest game of all time. Fuck all of you.
Yeah, it's hard to say just because I don't follow any of those games. I play Apex, but I don't follow those games close enough to, I guess, have a strong.
I don't know what the fuck people want out of the Fallout 76. I haven't.
A game that works.
Shall I still play it?
That's all we all want, just a game that works. Audio design. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Fix it.
Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, RE2, and Sekiro.
I think I went Gears just because the Gibbs sound effects are so good. Whoever does the Foley for Gears, they pick some fantastically disgusting noises.
Where it says great. Audio design goes to Gears 5 solely for Marcus the Faz. What's your name, kid? Foz. Shut the fuck up, Foz.
Yeah.
Art direction presented by Samsung QLED TV. So I guess this one's going to be on stage. Control, Death Stranding, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, Sekiro, Sayonara. I would like it to go to Link's Awakening because you take a game that was originally on the Game Boy and you make it like in that type of art style. I like that.
A lot of real pretty games in there. Sayonara looks
action adventure
fantastic,
game.
too.
Borderlands, Control, Death Stranding, RE2, Zelda, and Sekiro.
I struggled a bit with this one because it's like
Either
they're great games. But it just seems weird to be like
it's either gonna
giving
be
it to a
Sekiro or
remake,
Legend
I
of
guess.
Zelda, because
the best game of the
start
year
off-
was a game from 20 years ago. It was just like I struggled on that one.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I
why
definitely
ended
wouldn't
up
give it to
playing
Death Stranding. I mean, there's a lot of adventure. There ain't no action. Unless you call
There's not a lot of action.
tripping on
I've-
your own feet and dropping all your shit action.
I've heard that there's boss fights, but
Sekiro.
I since that first trailer, I'm not giving a shit about Death Stranding. It was just like,
No.
nope, fuck that shit, I'm out. Just first trailer, just like I don't even know what this is gonna be. I don't even care. Just,
For action
Kojima was like,
game-
"Yeah, the game is not fun until 10 hours into the story." I'm like,
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
that.
that's a Final Fantasy 13
Fuck
syndrome,
that.
and I'm like, fuck that noise. We got action game. I gotta move along here because like we've been on this topic for a while. There was a lot to get through. I realized because we had to stop talking about a lot of stuff.
there are a lot of
action-
categories.
Yeah, action game, and like 2/3 of them will not be on the broadcast, or they'll be on the pre-show, so they never counted, just like WWE. Action
We'll get a
game.
bumper in between a commercial that'll just be like, here
The
are these 4
tournament in
awards that got
Brazil.
given away before the show.
Apex Legends, Astral Chain,
Yeah.
which I've been dying to play, just haven't had time to. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, Metro Exodus. Hands up if
Metro-
you forgot that game came out.
I know, again, because
I
of one of my
remember.
favorite. It's one of my favorite game series. So
I remember. I just
No.
haven't dug into the Metro games. I remember it coming out.
not Devil May Cry
Um,
because it's way too story driven. Sure, it has action, so it's pretty, but it's way too story driven.
Yeah,
Years 5.
I would love
yeah.
it for Astral Chain to win. But we'll
Yeah,
have to wait
so
and see.
Chain is actually amazing.
And then here we go.
All right, final category. Then we can move on to the other news stories. Game of the Year: Control, Death Stranding, RE2, Sekiro,
No.
Smash Brothers, Outer Worlds. I would probably go with Smash Ultimate,
I would go with
because of,
Smash
like,
Ultimate.
just because of the continuous content it keeps getting. Like,
Yeah.
there's stuff that they keep adding into that game for free. Like the Home Run Derby contest, that wasn't that launch. That's in there. I mean, all the stuff that they do with the online, even though people continuously bitch about it. Hands up in the chat. Other than maybe a little bit of input lag here and there, have we
I'm sorry, why
ever
is
had
not Mario
issues?
Kart in the sports and racing games?
What's
Huh?
that?
Why is not Mario Kart in the sports and racing game?
Because it came out 3 years ago.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Crash Team Racing is there.
Yeah, it came out this year.
Fucking racing into microtransactions, the
But
game.
again, like anyone, raise your hand. Like it, all the game days that we've done, besides maybe like the odd lag hiccup here or there, have we ever had problems with the online of Smash? I haven't.
No,
I mean, we've gotten
no issue.
kicked a couple times, but no, honestly, it's
Yeah, other than the other night when I had a couple of communication errors, but then again, that's my shitty internet that's been going on. Which
it's
for
a
some
hell of a lot better
reason,
than like Killer Instinct, which as much as we love it, the netcode sometimes is garbage.
not jinxing anything, but like we've been going for about an hour now, and I have not dropped any frames. Like this is a
Hey,
goddamn miracle of science. Everyone's saying not
Okay.
since the first game day, not really. Don't recall any
Oh,
major
shit.
issues. There you go.
I feel like the last one we had a couple times where Johnny got dropped, but
Yeah. All right. So that's the Game Awards. So
All
We always have
we
issues with
will.
Redmond.
can't wait to find out the Death Stranding one like none of this.
So don't know if
Death
Game
Stranding
Days
is
will
Game
be.
of the year.
when-
I
When is
Hang
that?
on, I'm trying to
Where
hatch
is the 12th?
shiny tree.
I will never care about the Game Awards again if I think it's a Thursday. If it actually wins Game of the Year, I'm done. I don't give a shit about the Game Awards. Fuck them, dead to me.
Yeah.
Death Stranding is
Well,
not
if
Game
you
of the
don't,
Year.
if you understand the timing here is that the Game Awards is next month. Death Stranding just came out. Everybody's riding that hype train. Everybody's gonna vote for it.
Everyone's gonna vote for the game that the creators like on the panel of the fucking Game Awards. No. I will be done at that point. Okay. I mean, I don't really give that much of a shit about them anyway, but at that point, I'll be like
4 of these awards will be on the stage. The rest we'll just read about them later. I'm there just to see some. I want to see the 5th Smash DLC character announced. Maybe tease the season 2 because they said that they're working on more. Maybe say like, here's like a little taste of what we got coming. I want to see Bayo 3 footage because it's been so long since we've gotten any info about Bayo 3.
Anything about Prime 4 would be nice.
True.
Since
I just want new stuff.
I don't even want to watch videos, and this is why I blocked Domino on Twitter because I was like, they didn't mention anything about Metroid on anything, and he's like, oh no, he did it. I know what's going on with the game. I just want to know what's the status. Are we still working on it? Are we delaying?
Yeah.
I want the director of A Way Out to tell us his feelings on the Oscars again.
By the way, A Way Out is like $9.99 right now on Xbox as far as the Black Friday sale. And Fat Man and Jimbo will be doing their co-op playthrough next year. Phil and Mar have escaped jail. I can't wait to that. All right, that's Game Awards. Okay, so hey guys, remember last year when all but maybe Craig and Bolin said that we were crazy that the Sonic movie looked like complete and utter trash?
Yes.
Well, it got better. The trailer dropped last week, and it got better.
Mm-hmm.
It looks better, and it just feels like a better movie. But
yeah, it feels like a better movie already.
And it could just be down to like clip selection, because like the garbage in the first trailer could still be in the movie, just reanimated. But
yeah, now here's the thing about that. It's actually been reported today that there was rumors going around that it cost the animators and Paramount paid $35 million to redo all of those effects. Now they're saying that it only cost $5 million because, and this is the case with all movie trailers. Like the first trailer you see, it's very selective as to what scenes they show. Get those shots done for just the trailer. And a lot of times, a lot of shots are not even from the trailer, are not even in the main movie. If you guys remember one of the first Infinity War trailers showed Cap, Black Panther, and the Hulk running towards. They did that on
purpose, and you know they did it on purpose.
It was a bait and switch. That's never in the movie. Same thing with there's the first Thor Ragnarok trailer where Hela destroys Mjolnir. She's like in a cityscape, but in the actual movie, it's them, off on the coast of Norway somewhere.
Yep.
So guess what? Like those shots, it's like, okay, we lost the money on those shots for that trailer. They're gone. So they said that they never overworked anyone. It didn't cost as much as people think because, like I said, the shots that they had to throw away were just ones for the trailer. They still had time to go through and do that. But now, this is where you guys get to vote with your wallet. Like I said this on various streams and on Twitter. I said, if they kept that design, that original design of Sonic, I was still going to watch it, but I was not going to give them money. I was going to pirate it. I was flat out honest with you. I was like, I will steal your fucking movie because I want to ridicule it, and you don't want to get a cent from me. But because of this makes me want to go see it. I'm like, you guys listened. You guys did an awesome job. It looks funny. It looks entertaining. I'm going to go see it. Like, we're going to go spend money and go see it.
Back to the trailer thing. You look at the Halo 2 like E3 trailer. That entire sequence is not in the game.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to think.
The one thing I like from the trailer was when Sonic does the dash thingy, explodes the truck, and the guy goes, "How are you not dead? I have no idea."
It was just enough to show like dual wielding and like vehicle mounting, and then at the end it was the Cortana's says to Chief like, "Bet you can't stick it." Like just as he's about to throw a plasma grenade, and like that, none of that sequence is in the game. Like the area maybe, but like that entire
was that Halo 2 or Halo 3?
It might have been 3.
I'm thinking it's 2, guys. There was like one of the E3 trailers for 2, like the gameplay demo that never appeared, and then the quality of that game never resurfaced again.
Yeah. I only remember from the like making of disc, so I think that was 2. So yeah, 2 came in the Steelbook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 2 then.
Yeah, so we're gonna get Sonic on I think February 14th, 2020 is when it comes out. So happy Valentine's Day, everyone!
Happy Valentine's Day! Let's go,
Sonic!
Let's go see a movie.
Like
I said, like we are going to plop down our hard-earned cash and say like, this is your reward. I am paying money to see your movie, and I will probably get it on Blu-ray from my collection of video game movies.
Video game movies that maybe do not suck. We still need to watch the movie.
Maybe
we'll see how it goes.
Don't do the Resident Evil garbage, please.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get around to that because that's coming up soon. We got one last news story. Guess what? Google Stadia is out and it's not working. Yeah,
of course not.
I wish I could find the GIF. I know it's on Twitter somewhere, but yeah, like people are saying that it works in some areas, it doesn't work in others. There's that GIF of the guy who is on like direct like fiber gigabit internet and hitting the space bar and watching his character like jump like a second and a half later.
Yeah, I saw that.
He'd like hit space, like turn his hand over, and then it would jump.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing either the latency is really bad or latency is okay, but graphically it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not only that, is that a lot of people who got their founders packs shipped, their accounts were not linked, so they are sitting in like a 5,000 queue, just waiting to speak to someone at Google to get that unlocked. Like I will show you guys a video right now from Shane from Reres TV playing Sam Show on his PC. And it just freezing up and crashing the game. So he says, I've had a relatively stable time with Stadia last night. Today at my studio, the gameplay looks like this. This footage is unedited. This game right now is completely unplayable. So it shows him just like trying to reload back in, and then it's just input lag, input lag, input lag. And people keep asking, it's like, who is Stadia made for? It's like, I don't think it's made for anyone. I think it's just Google saying that maybe like we think this can work, and if you want it, here it is.
There was an interesting story that came through on my Twitter.
You wanna know what works?
A console.
xCloud. The xCloud works.
Oh, have you tested out xCloud?
Yes, I am in xCloud. I can play xCloud. It works fantastically. I use it on my phone. I was playing Mark of the Ninja last night at work.
So, like, do you bring a controller with you to work, or are you just playing it on your phone?
Yeah. No, I can. You bring a controller. You have to pair a controller with your phone.
I'm just like looking at the stutter. This is,
especially
for something like fighting games.
I connected to the Wi-Fi at work, and it was smooth as butter.
Yeah, there was a story that came through on my timeline about Sun Microsystems. It was like right before they died. They come up with a system where like your desktop is saved on a card, and you could just insert into any node, like anywhere in the office, and you would just pull up your desktop. But they were using such outdated systems that, like, I can't remember what it was. It was like, here's something that's like harder than Linux, and then only some things work. That it never worked because they're making like, we'll make this happen and then we'll find the audience. Not let's find out what the audience wants and then make that thing. Yeah. And that's what Stadia is at this point. It's just, we can. Does anyone want it? No idea, but we can, so have it. Turns out it doesn't work that well.
Wordman in the chat saying put Wi-Fi in TVs. Wi-Fi is in TVs. Like, I have a Samsung right over here that's a smart TV. It's Wi-Fi built in. I don't really use it all that much because everything I have is connected directly into it. But if I really wanted to, I have a Twitch app on there. I do have Netflix or YouTube. I could watch it from that if I wanted to, but I have like
Oh,
5 devices plugged into it that have Netflix, YouTube, and WWE Network and all that stuff installed on it.
As soon as I
Don't
heard
forget about
Gus-
data plans. Oh yeah, like that's the thing too. It's like, oh, you can play this on the go. It's like, okay, but what about the fact that most North American cell phone plans have a speed cap attached to it? So you mean it's like I could play
Yeah,
a little
think
bit
that-
of a game, and then if I hit my speed cap, I can't play that game anymore because you've cut my speed down from LTE to half a megabyte per
to, like,
second.
2G, yeah.
guys,
Shit, I lost
Boost
it.
Mobile.
What's that?
No, I have unlimited data, so I'm playing fuck.
Right, but
I mean, limited
that's the
days
thing.
are
It's like
fine, but-
most plans
I'm play-
are
and I
unlimited,
pay
but do
50
you have?
bucks, and it's the greatest service of all time. So guess what?
Yeah, but do
Suck
you
on
have a
this.
speed? Do you have a speed cap though?
No, I do not.
Okay, you must have some
Okay.
type of really old grandfathered plan then.
No. It's one of these services that you pay once a month or you don't pay. It's not a contract. I have unlimited data and
Right.
texting for 50 bucks a month.
Yeah,
That's it.
I have no doubt that you have unlimited data, but you probably should check the fine print and see that they don't cut your speed down after you go over a certain amount.
Nope. The only thing that's measured on my shit will be the hotspot. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the vast majority of them I know is that you'll get LTE speeds. They'll say unlimited data, but if you hit like 6 or 10 gigs, boom, they cut you down to 3G. But in my
Yeah, that's
in
fine.
my neck of the woods in Canada, like unlimited data just became a thing like this year. But it's still
Oh my
like
god, you're so behind on technology.
But that's the thing, like Canada pays the most of any country as far as like wireless service goes. And now we just introduced these new unlimited plans, but they cut your speed down after a certain allotment. And in one of the cases it's like half like it's 512 kilobytes per second.
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't know what other companies do. It's just for one of them that I know of does that. Fat Man says he's also grandfather into a Sprint plan that has unlimited data at full speeds, no throttling.
Exactly.
I
And I
had
think-
that at one point, and I got talked into.
Yeah, I have no
Just throttle.
throttling. I can use however much fucking
And
data.
I think Sam Mitchell from Death Battle has as well. I remember him talking on Side Scrollers back on the old Screw Attack days about he's just like, yeah, I got this, and I gotta buy my phone, but it's like I can watch whatever I want. What you doing? Oh, you got a limit on yours. Oh. It's like, well, sucks for you, man. I can't do any like Sam Mitchell jive talking. That's a special talent.
Yeah.
That's a special talent. Just like when he was like shouting behind Xavier Woods, when Xavier Woods is screaming at everyone. It's like, yeah, donate money. You got money to donate. We're here trying to help kids. You hate kids? I got 2 kids. He's like, he got 2 kids. I remember someone telling me that the night after the chops, he was like telling everyone, he's just like, because of my Achilles tendon, and I was on the scooter, I was only at half power. So I had like, if I had my full weight on everything, would have been so much worse.
Oh god.
But he said he's coming back, and that every guy who got chopped
Chop. He's
can
gonna get
chop
chopped
him
again.
back. They're gonna cash in
Oh,
the
nice.
receipts.
Nice.
I was just like, be careful that you do it right and that you don't ricochet off his pecs and into his chin, because that's the moneymaker for most wrestlers. You gotta.
I mean, you can see that he was just like perfectly lining up, making sure the chest is out, the head's way up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
that's
do
all
the
the new.
back-
Heath Slater got kids. You hate Heath Slater? You don't want to
What
give
should
money
have
for kids
happened
for Heath
was-
Slater?
They should have pulled the RT mods from the audience that were there watching, so we could have seen Ricky get chopped. we would have had that as a clip. We would have watched that forever.
That would have been a GIF, and I would have had it on some type of alert when someone drops bits or subs. And just seeing,
Seeing Ricky get chopped by a real pro wrestler. That would have been amazing.
it
Anyway.
hurts. It hurts.
I
I
imagine
know from
so.
experience. I trained for about a month to try and be a wrestler. Chops hurt. because
Chops
they go
are
full
hard.
in. Yeah.
Chops are hard.
Chops are hard. All right. Well, that's all I got for the news. Try to get some more in 2 weeks' time. So let you guys know that the podcast is not going to be a weekly thing. We're only going to do it every 2 weeks. 'Cause that's the only time I have to do it directly after Rob goes offline because he old man and he can't
This is
stay
an
up.
old man.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks' time, that and it gives us a better chance to like build up more news stories. Obviously, we won't have the freaking Game Award nominees to talk about for a goddamn hour, but all right, moving on to the segment I've been looking forward to the most. So, whether they're good or bad, we love them for what they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for video games, the movie, the game, the review.
I can't believe I watched this movie twice just so I could take notes. Oh god.
All right, so for our selection tonight, I couldn't find a full photo to put on here, but I just had the cast photo. So tonight we're talking about Mortal Kombat, probably my favorite video game movie of all time, just because of how somewhat faithful it is to the source material and to the overall lore of Mortal Kombat. So
The first one was, yes.
it's as close as
We're
you
only
can
talking
get.
about the first one.
Yeah, don't have to worry
The second
about
one until
Annihilation.
until it's
Will
time for
will
it.
have its time.
I was curious, so I watched the
I've
second.
never actually
Oh
seen
my
it.
god, that was a mistake.
Oh, you will see. You will see soon enough.
Will I?
So-
Maybe I won't be there for that podcast.
I got a lot of interesting tidbits about this. So obviously you see some of the cast on there. You got Robin Shaw as Liu Kang. You got Christopher Lambert, the Highlander himself, as Lord Raiden, best defender of Earthrealm. Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage. Bridget Wilson as Sonya Blade, and I keep forgetting her name as Princess Katana.
Oh, that's
But of course we can't forget, and I keep pronouncing his name wrong. Please, someone
second.
pronounce his name right. Shang Tsung.
I'm coming.
Yeah, it's who's Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung?
Shang Tsung.
Oh.
See,
Results.
I don't want to even attempt it. I didn't want to attempt to pronounce it out of fear of getting it wrong. But he is the best part of this
was
movie.
Katana. Oh yeah.
So obviously,
Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Okay.
Cary
That
Hiroyuki
might be
Tagawa.
right.
So good.
And then
So Christopher Lambert, Lord Raiden,
Mhm.
Liu Kang, Robin Shaw, Johnny Cage, Lyndon Ashby, Shang Tsung, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa.
There you go.
Uh-huh. And Kitana is Talisa Soto.
One of the only two that come back for the sequel. Spoiler alert.
oh jeez.
Yeah, so this movie came out in '94. It had a budget of $18 million, and actually, like, was probably up until I think Angry Birds was like the most successful video game movie of all time. It made $122 million at the box office. And it loosely follows the plot of the first game with, Shang Tsung creating the tournament. They've won 9 out of 10 tournaments, one more tournament, and Shao Kahn can infiltrate Earthrealm. Which, rewatching this movie, a lot of things came back to me. So the first part of the movie is kind of the recruitment. Shang Tsung kills Liu Kang's brother Chang to kind of entice him to get into the tournament. He brings in Sonya Blade by having her follow Kano around, and then he gets Johnny Cage to show up.
We need to talk about that scene for a second.
With the club scene.
Sonya Blade in the disco, shooting the bad guy, killing him, and nobody giving a flying fuck of what's happening.
Actually,
Because it's just that seedy.
actually, that character's not dead. He was wearing body armor.
Okay.
He was bleeding a little bit because shotgun blast, shrapnel, and all that.
Okay.
Character not dead.
Okay, not dead. Still, she shot a guy, and nobody that was there gave a flying fuck that a
they're still
woman
dancing.
just came in with a shotgun and shot somebody. They're like, oh, This happened normally in this disco. Don't worry about it. We're okay.
So I bring up the recruitment stuff. It's like he kind of in the end screws himself over because he's bringing the best fighters in Earthrealm to fight in Mortal Kombat. It's like if you just kept that other character that Johnny Cage talks to on the dock, you would have taken over Earthrealm. Just pit him up against Goro, and boom, you win. You kind of did yourself in, Shang Tsung.
Oh, no, then we will never.
But I mean, like, other than taking a couple of characters, like one or two characters from Mortal Kombat 2, I mean, you've got the full cast from the first game. I mean, they even sing it in the theme song, which is probably one of the best points of the movie. Is that theme song? It's so iconic.
Yeah,
it's so iconic that Mortal Kombat 11, for their launch trailer, when they were ready to launch the game, used a remix of that song, and grown men came to tears. They're like, oh, my nostalgia.
And then they hired.
Yes,
then they hired Hiroyuki Takao to be Shang Tsung again.
Yes. Which is the best choice.
Awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say, too, in the French markets for the advertising, they got Christopher Lambert to come in. I can't understand because I don't speak French, but I can understand his Lord Raiden laugh. Redman in chat saying technically Reptile's in the first game. Yes.
Yeah, Reptile is in the first game.
And I think, like, that and the Reptile fight and Johnny Cage fighting Scorpion in the Netherrealm, those were added in after production was wrapped because they showed it to test audiences and they said there's not enough fighting. We need more fights. Because Scorpion versus Johnny Cage in the forest was only that shadow kick there that was supposed to end it, but they're like, no, it's just okay. He takes him to the Netherrealm.
Yes.
And also too is that because of this movie, Ed Boon has a Screen Actor Guild card because he recorded specially his Scorpion lines for that.
Another
so many questions about the Reptile fight, though.
Yes,
like so many things to brought up. Like, first of all, it looks so bad. Like Reptile form. Like before he gets into the stone suit. And
yes, the CG.
Oh, and the CG is terrible in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, no, the CG is absolutely abysmal.
Yeah. It's a product of its time. It's early 90s CG.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, especially Reptile.
Like, Reptile is no Gollum.
Oh, my God. No.
But the war,
then,
I think the water turning into the specifically ice spear that kills Sub-Zero is the worst CG because it's like, oh, you have this splash of water that turns into ice, and somehow, some way, some magical force of bullshit turns him into a perfect spear that goes through Sub-Zero.
I mean, speaking of magical force of bullshit, how did Reptile turn into a pile of bugs?
I think the bugs were already in there. Like I said, this fight.
It just turns into like a bunch of cockroaches and maggots. It's like I get that for reason. For reasons he couldn't show everything because it's a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, well, he needed to die somehow.
Here's some bugs. Here's just piles of bugs. Fuck it.
Yeah, that was the thing that kind of, like, back in the day pissed a lot of people off. It's like, why isn't this a hard R? It's like, well, guess what? Even though that they're in trouble they're in Congress right now talking about this, which would eventually create the ESRB with the whole, fatalities and night traps and all that. They're still trying to sell this to kids, even though it's like, oh, this is mature stuff that only, teenagers and adults should kind of play. They're still targeting this towards kids. Case in point, the animated series, Defenders of the Realm.
I had a fucking for my birthday. Yes, I'm an idiot. I got a fucking reptile boat toy.
Yes, because Mortal Kombat had toys with G.I. Joe.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah,
it was garbage. It wasn't even a boat that floated. It was the worst toy.
Yeah. Oh, something else I wanted to bring up
it was just
too.
a blue boat with some Mortal Kombat stickers on it that shot missiles, but also there's a reptile figure, so it's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Well, another thing I was going to bring up is that if you guys get the Blu-ray, in the special features, they actually have the full Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins, which is a VHS tape that you would get that had these horrible CG fights, where it's just basically people in like in motion track suits and just doing fights to like these low poly CG characters that honestly look worse than Mortal Kombat 4. And they're spliced with animation that's on par with those horrible Titanic cartoons that every angry reviewer has done on YouTube. I don't know if you've ever seen the Titanic cartoons with the mouses.
Oh,
and the
yes,
giant octopus that looks like a dog. Yeah, that style of animation. But Jim Cummings, famous voice actor who's been Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2, Dr. Robotnik, is Shang Tsung in this cartoon. And Femme Shepherd herself, Jennifer Hale, is Sonya Blade. I don't know who the other people are. I've never recognized their voices, but it's just like, I'm hearing Shepherd. Why is Shepherd Sonya Blade?
I posted in the Twitch chat the Mortal Kombat boat I was talking about.
Okay, I gotta see this. Oh no, it's 403 forbidden. Won't open.
Ah shit. Okay, well.
Here, let me see. Let's venture off from like that scene. We'll see.
Yeah, just Mortal Kombat reptile boats. That's how I
Mortal Kombat reptile boats.
Right. Google search.
I wanna talk about the Nether.
That's terrible. And like I got that instead of
Dragon MK1.
I got that instead of waiting for like 2 weeks to get a Megazord. I was a fucking idiot as a kid.
It's got death-defying missiles that really launch.
It was bad, but
reptile.
There's the actual reptile figure. I tell you though, these figures though, these are pretty nice.
Those
they're
are
like
better.
limited run ones, but like they're Storm collectibles. Oh, they look so good. Anyways, we'll leave it on the reptile there for a bit there, but like everyone in this movie like was cast perfectly.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I mean, as far as like Shang Tsung goes, I mean, it's hard to do old man Shang Tsung, so you kind of have to use them up. But like Carrie was just so perfect. Like his nuances, his voice, like, and this is why he will be always cast as Shang Tsung. And if you need a villain for a video game movie, you get Carrie. Because I don't know if you know this. Live action Tekken, he is Heihachi.
Yes.
He's not in the movie very long, but it's like you are the main villain of 2 fighting game franchises. It's like if they ever do a Soul Calibur movie, can you just be Nightmare? don't be in the suit. Like get some big burly guy to be in the suit, but you voice Nightmare.
Your voice is Nightmare. That's it. That's all.
There you go. If they ever redo another Street Fighter movie, make him Akuma.
Another thing I noticed about the actual movie though, are just you can see the shortcuts, honestly, especially if you've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way we can actually show Goro really fighting in the suit. So, Goro gets unleashed and kicks ass. So it's just dudes doing front bumps into gravel.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I felt bad for those stuntmen because it was just
doubles and extras. What do we do with them? Here, I'm gonna give you $20. Go face plant in that gravel over there.
Yeah, it's like 12 guys in a row just
Yeah.
face plant the gravel. This I get to see it. Goro kicking ass.
Oh my
They're
god.
just flipping onto the gravel. I'm like, my only question is, I hope to God that's not real gravel because I was hurt as shit.
Yeah, those would not have been fun bumps at all.
Those are not
and
fun.
that's the thing on the set too. Apparently, like a lot of people got injured in their fights. Robin Show during his fight with Reptile crashes into like a pillar. He broke 2 ribs. I think Bridget Wilson got like a concussion, maybe trying to do a stunt. Like everyone wanted to do their own stunts. I I'm trying to think of some there have to been other injuries on there, but I just remember Johnny Cage yelling no at the end. I mean, there were 2 no's because Sonya says no, and then after he gets his soul sucked out, Art, the other character, remember him? Why hasn't he been in the game? When his soul gets out, then Johnny goes no. Oh, and there's something that always bugs me, and I know why. It's because it's like the PG-13 rating, so can't do fatalities. But like, Shang Tsung has a penchant for saying flawless victory a lot. I'm like, Art punched him a few times. That's not a flawless victory. And even if Goro blocked, he got some chip damage in. It's not a flawless victory.
Oh, and then the Pegasus at the very end, it's like, he kicked your ass for a while. This is not a flawless victory at all.
Yeah. He did the fireball into the pit, and he's just like, flawless victory. I'm like,
no, it's not.
One of the other things I noticed too, and I never picked this up, but like when he's summoning like the souls to take them to his island, and he's going like, "It has begun." Before it fades into the next shot, you can actually see a little bit of Shao Kahn, which they used a shot of that at the end. Spoiler. I don't know what. I don't say spoiling it. You've all seen it. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
You can literally find it on like Web Archive. That's where I found it. You absolutely can go watch it for free very easily.
Yeah, I mean at the end they defeat evil, they win the tournament, but then Shao Kahn shows up anyway, voiced by Frank Welker doing his best Dr. Claw. Jax is in the beginning. Yes, he is. So that's what I said. They're pulling people from MK2 into this. So you got. Technically Reptile, because he's like a fighter, but then again, he was in the first game. But he wasn't really Reptile, because he was just an amalgamation of Sub-Zero and Scorpion's powers, if you ever unlock that fight. So technically,
it was bullshit fight 101.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really much more I can say about this movie that hasn't already been said. But there were some things that I found out interesting. So, Bridget Wilson was not initially supposed to play Sonya Blade. It was actually supposed to be Cameron Diaz.
Which would have been fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, knowing her now, I was just looking at possibly the article you found it on. Apparently, they were post-production of The Mask, so... Yeah.
Like, they were, like, when Paul W.S. Anderson was like, getting all this stuff done, New Line Cinema execs brought him over, and he's like, you gotta check out this girl, Cameron Diaz. Like, she's just... Every time I hear the story, I think of... You know that shooter interview that Jim Cornette tells about the first time Vince Russo and Vince McMahon ever laid eyes on Sable? He's like, wow, what a lady. Oh, what a lady she was. It's like, yeah, what about Mark Mill's contract? Like, when are we going to do a t-shirt spot with her? That's how I kind of imagine. It's just like, yeah, let's check out this Cameron Diaz. Wow. But the day she was supposed to show up on set, apparently, she broke her wrist. So they had to recast her. And another thing I found out too, and this is kind of full circle about if you know the development of the original Mortal Kombat game, Johnny Cage was originally supposed to be played by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Which is crazy because that's what they originally were making Mortal Kombat based off of, is Bloodsport. That's why Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 1 looks so much like Van Damme in Bloodsport.
Oh, yeah.
But when they couldn't get Van Damme or the license, they changed the outfits and were like, all right, let's just do something else with it. But the reason that Van Damme did not go on Mortal Kombat is because he already signed on to play Guile in Street Fighter. So how crazy is that? It's like I was like, oh, I cannot do this movie. I'm going to do other video game movie.
It's going to be the most American.
The most Belgian American soldier we'll ever see.
Yeah. So I think we can wrap it up. Favorite part of the movie. For me, it's Liu Kang versus Reptile. I love that. That's my favorite fight in the movie.
I agree with you. That's the best.
Plus one of the best songs. Like Reptile's theme from that is, I love that techno beat.
Yes. So
yeah, I would agree.
That's my favorite scene too. Yeah.
And Wolf?
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Reptile? All right. Focus says Liu Kang versus Reptile. Best scene. Best fight scene.
The funniest scene to me is Johnny versus Scorpion in the Nether Realm.
Yeah.
To me,
It's
it's
the nether
funny
realm.
because
It's
it goes amongst the lines of "I'm here. This is all full of bones." He just took off his mask. What is he doing? I don't know. Bone, bone, bone. Oh, look, a shield. I'm gonna cover myself with a shield, even though I have no idea. Strange shit.
Oh,
He threw flames
that-
at me now. My
that
shield
fight.
is on fire. Let me look to my right, see if I can find a weapon. Bones, bones, bones. Oh, look, a spear. What the fuck?
I mean, the whole thing is like he's in the nether realm, which is just like a rundown warehouse with some bones scattered around.
Yeah.
Like
And a shield and a spear.
It was like the most put together
now,
set
it's
ever.
just like seeing it now, I couldn't take it seriously. Especially even like first, he's like taking his first look around, seeing where it is, and they like zoom way in on the skull. It's like all I gotta hear is fucking Blaine spooky from Extra Life 2 Spooky as they're like, look, a skull is scary.
Johnny versus Goro at the beginning says word man. Oh yeah, the nut punch. You gotta love that.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to like kind of put a kind of big bow on this. By the way, Mortal Kombat, fantastic movie. Go see it. The sequel, look into
Not
that.
so much.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
apparently.
I don't know if we'll do that in 2 weeks. We might. I might, for variety's sake, pick a different movie.
No, let's just do the
I-
You just want to do it and get it over with?
I feel like
Yeah,
it should, at the very least, it should be a week that we know Shiro and I can be here, so we can all suffer through it together.
Okay.
I know I can be here. I don't.
I don't know. I'm
I don't work Wednesdays. Period.
honestly.
Okay.
So,
I
Well,
have no idea
or
what my
maybe
schedule
we
is.
can swap out Wolf and have some other poor, unfortunate soul watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is like, yeah, the second game. Let's just skip that. Let's go straight to the third game and throw everyone in here. Everyone, even Rain,
everyone,
even Rain,
even Rain.
Ermac,
got me is
even
that-
Ermac.
Also, Raiden's greatest enemy in that movie was the wolves. Raiden got drunk at least
We got a volunteer. I volunteer as tribute, says Short Bus Eric. So next week,
All right,
in
Eric.
2 weeks' time, we'll have myself, Shiro, and Short Bus Eric. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yay!
Get ready.
I might watch it anyway because I've never actually seen it.
Just
Yeah, well,
dude,
no.
watch it. Watch
Yeah.
it.
Why
I'll
not?
watch it.
Please.
We'll bring you in for the movie portion of the
You
podcast.
understand.
You hop in the
You
call.
understand.
And,
If I'm around.
all right.
Well, I should be around by the time I get to movie, probably,
Yeah.
even if I work.
You understand when I say that Raiden's
Um,
greatest enemy are wolves?
What got me is that there's a great YouTube video. It's not related to this directly, but Every Frame of Painting did a video about Jackie Chan and why his action scenes look good and why others don't. And especially the first fight, where they're in the dining hall and just fighting random enemies until Rain shows up. It's like, oh great, you beat them. Well, how about all of them?
yeah.
You can see how they cut right before every hit and go super close, and it you don't get the same impact because it's like the cuts are so jarring if you're watching for them.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And now that I've watched so many videos on Breaking Down movies, I'm watching for them, and it's like, oh. I remember this being better when I didn't know this shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of the dining room, it's kind of put a bow on the whole experience, and then we're gonna move on to questions from the chat. So get them ready, get them loaded into the chat so we can read them off because we're kind of running low on time. But the cultural impact of this movie is felt now in the games because Kano in the games didn't really have a set nationality. But because they cast an Australian actor, they've incorporated that into the character. So I think since Mortal Kombat 9, since they started telling the stories again in full cutscenes, they've adopted the Australian accent. So Kano is now Australian. Not only that, is that if you go into the crypt for Mortal Kombat 11, when you go unlock all the loot boxes and shit, the dining room from the movie is in there with a skeleton of Kano. And then there's a skeleton of Goro sitting up there, like in the movie.
Nice.
Now, and also too is that in the games, Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade didn't have a romance. I mean, they were just fighters in that tournament, right? They kind of planted the seeds for that in the movie, which they didn't really fully go into. I mean, you'll see why in Annihilation. But I mean, they played off that, and then that became a crux for Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11. And what else?
There was at one point in the story where like young Johnny knocks the sunglasses off of old Johnny's face. It's like, God damn it, the line was right there. You could have put the "there's your $500 sunglasses, asshole" line right here.
And I think one of it's like the costume pieces too. They are lines based on the movie. Like you can buy $500 sunglasses for Johnny Cage for his cosmetics.
That's great.
Yeah. So you can't deny the. And this is, kind of what helped Paul W.S. Anderson get more gigs like this. Although I will say that if he had met Mila Jovovich, it would not have been Liu Kang that defeated Shang Tsung. It would have been either her cast as Sonya Blade or this new made-up character. Because you got to make your wife look super strong and everything. Mila Jovovich is the Roman Reigns of Resident Evil. All right. Well...
We'll get there someday.
Yeah, time for questions. All right. Do we have any questions in the chat? I'll just read some comments right now. Oh, Wordman has a good thing. If anyone needs a refresher on like the production woes of Annihilation, Matt McMuscles of former Super Best Friends fame has a video series. He goes, "What happened?" And he does one on Annihilation. It's really good. Alice beats Shang Tsung. Wait, is she the big dog? Apparently, on Friday Night SmackDown, when Corbin brought out the big, like, pit bull dog suit, like, apparently Vince thought that was the funniest shit ever. I was like, yeah.
Also, there was a dog suit photo. The dude in the dog suit was the security guard that got punched on Raw.
Okay, someone was saying it was Heath Slater.
Oh, he said Slater.
They showed him like with the head off. Or at one point, at least, it was that same dude. He can still the same like facial hair.
Vince,
and then they showed the close up of him getting kicked in the face.
Vince thinks everything's good shit.
R-Truth is the funniest man in the world.
R-Truth's pretty.
I'll give R-Truth credit. He takes anything and just runs with it and makes it.
He makes it work. I love the 24/7 title because of him.
He will make anything work. Give him anything and he'll find a way.
I love when he just randomly shows up in promos and he's just like talking, and Miz is like, "Truth, you're not in the Survivor Series match. What are you even doing out here?" He's like, "My bad."
You remember when he came out during the Royal Rumble and set up the ladder to get the money in the bank briefcase?
He looks up, he's like, "My bad." True. Okay. Questions for the chat. Do we have any? Now, what's going to happen in the future, guys, is that once Woody gets around to making it, we're going to have a section in the Discord for you guys to leave questions for us to answer on the next podcast. But thank you, Moobot, for putting it in there while we wait for the questions. Let you guys know about the programming coming up in the following week. So there is no game day tomorrow. We're back live on Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern with the Baser. He's streaming Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. Saturday, it'll be NHL 19 on the Xbox One with Jimbo Socks, who will be... we've done a bunch of swapping around, so... Because of that, we're not going to have Tuesday game days anymore for the foreseeable future. Jimbo's going to take over for Tom while he takes a leave of absence and all that. But that's going to kick off at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you have it, it was a Games for Gold game, and because NHL 20 is out, you could probably find it for super cheap now.
And you could even get a free month of EA access. I think they're giving away if you have Game Pass Ultimate, or they're doing a big bundle with Game Pass Ultimate. And you can get NHL 19 on that.
And if you've seen a clip that I like to frequently post on my Twitter of the day of one of the days of E3 where we got bored and played, I was a goal down and a man short, and I said, I'm going to score shorthanded. And he said, "You score shorthanded, I'm uninstalling it." Immediately after face-off, top corner. And I hear, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Have you already talked about Copa? Briefly. I mean, it doesn't actually affect us because we really don't do anything on YouTube other than post what you missed, clips, and now the podcast. I mean, it really doesn't affect us all that much. So I don't really.
The Mandalorian.
Disney Plus recommendations this on Hero Mandalorian if you're into Star Wars. As far as like original content goes, not a whole lot of the original content has been posted. I would say if you have ever wanted to marathon Simpsons, wait until they fix it because it's currently cropped by 16:9 and they cut out a lot of visual jokes. I tested this out by watching Mr. Lisa Goes to Washington, where he's flipping through his mail, and a lot of the stuff was cut out. And I'm like, this is distracting. I can't watch this. So wait for the Simpsons to get fixed. Maybe if they could put Stark Raving Dad on there, because I hate to break this to Disney, but Michael Jackson didn't touch kids, no matter what HBO tells you.
Go back and watch Brink. The fucking downhill roller skating movie. I loved that movie as a kid, but I don't have Disney Plus, so I've got nothing for you. Honestly,
Gargoyles. If you haven't seen Gargoyles, go watch it. It is the Batman
Gargoyles.
animated series of Disney.
Yes, so
they have fixed the episode order of Spider-Man from the 90s. You give that a watch. X-Men, obviously. Sun Hero says, speaking of Star Wars, how about the recent comments about how making new movies is hard because they have no comics or novels to reference?
They didn't have that stuff to reference in the first 6. It shouldn't be.
Can we fire Kathleen Kennedy and get somebody else to run the Lucas division of Disney and Star Wars? Because that was just verbal diarrhea that came out of her mouth with that comment.
That's stupid.
Yeah, because there was never an extended universe. It's like, oh my god, you could. For God's sakes, freaking Emilia Clarke in Solo, a Star Wars film, reference Terras Casa. Terras Casa, a PS1 fighting game, which is not that great. By all accounts, should be a race for existence, but reference the martial arts style.
Still waiting for Dash Rendar to become canon.
Yeah, his ship is canon, but he's not canon. Like, the special edition still exists. You can see the Outrider taking off of Mos Eisley. But Dash Rendar is not canon. Oh no, I'm just happy with The Mandalorian that the IG-88 models of battle droids actually have some type of, like, live action representation and actually look badass. Was the EU perfect? No, but it was vast and approved by Lucas. Yeah, until he put Darth Talon and Darth Maul together and goes, oh, they're friends. It's like, she's like 4,000 years older than Darth Maul. It's like, I don't care, friends. Make up friends.
Because they wanted to make a reference, but not to reference to the fact that Darth Vader had a disciple.
Why is Starkiller a planet, not a person? Yes, God damn it, George Lucas is going to make Starkiller work one way or another. He was never going to let that name go.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was flipping through Twitch looking for Jedi Fallen Order. By the way, it looks like a fantastic game. I can't wait to get my hands on it. He was Sam Witwer, the actor who plays Starkiller in The Force Unleashed, was streaming on Twitch playing Jedi Fallen Order. It's like, can I please have Cameron Monaghan make a Twitch channel and play the Force Unleashed games? Full circle this shit. Let's full circle this shit. And then play some Batman games. Play some Batman games and like give your opinions on the Jokers. Oh, sorry, Jeremiah's. That's probably the dumbest move I've ever seen Warner Brothers do. Is not sell the rights or not give Fox the rights for Gotham to make him the Joker. They had to skirt around it all that time.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Like you signed off on Penguin, Riddler, Mr. Freeze, Firefly, Scarecrow, Hugo Strange, but the Joker, oh no, that's too much.
What?
Yeah, like for all 5 seasons, like he's clearly the Joker in any incarnation. He's had 3 different versions of it. Well, 4 kind of. Like, have you ever watched Gotham?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No? Well, I mean, it's only like 4.5 seasons. Like the 5th season was like super short, but like, if you don't mind a couple of betrayals of some DC characters, I'd say give it a watch.
Okay.
Anything else from chat before we wrap this up in a nice little package, which I can't believe I actually survived this entire stream without frame drops. But well, I had to endure.
Yeah, once we got there.
Like I honestly like so. This version is going up on YouTube. You guys aren't going to see the clusterfuck that was the beginning. But what happened is that the mic kept dying on me on Discord. It kept dying on, and then it died on me on XSplit because everyone was like, I can't hear Canadian. And for some reason, when I go into tools to select the microphone, it is not there. Stop jinxing yourself. Yeah, come tomorrow when Silent Hero's like, yeah, we're going to play Infamous. I'm like, oh, nothing's working.
Start at 10.
Yep. That's usually when it happens, and that's what I tell them at my tech support. It's just like, I can't tell you what it's like during the day because I'm not here. I'm at work. But when I get home, it's just, I don't know. Engineers are apparently working on it right now. So, yeah, so if we got no more questions, I think we'll kind of wrap it up here. So we've already gone over what's going on. Oh, the one last game that I didn't mention. Sunday, Stardew Valley.
Important one.
With Mr. T.L. Wolf at 9 p.m.
On the Switch.
Melanie is super excited to play that. Just to let you know that. Oh, she's been bugging me to get your friend code, so I'll get that to her and put her on your profile so you can play.
Yeah, of course. And obviously when I'm streaming, my friend code will be at the top of my screen like always.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the game days go, are you guys doing anything on your own personal channels? I mean, I know, Wolf, you occasionally stream on Mixer, mixer.com/Mr. TL Wolf. You have anything planned for that?
Not sure. I don't know when we're doing it. I might look into the Saturday after Thanksgiving, or maybe a night before that. But during our teammates Extra Life, my wife and I started playing Arcade Spirits, another visual novel. We got a few hours in, and then I started having some technical difficulties, so we stopped. And I want to continue, but I want to continue there, just so it's all in the same place. It's all archived, because Mixer's archiving is not great or good.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my one weakness, is that if you're not a partner, you basically have no archiving options, and it just goes away in 2 weeks. So at some point we'll get back to that, to reading through that visual novel, because I know she super wants to do it, and I'm also enjoying it, but I also won't be doing it at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
it was fun, but it was also just like, we're gonna let everyone else power nap by doing nothing but reading.
Okay,
for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be 4.
That's probably not the best thing to be streaming at that hour. So yep.
I mean, people were enjoying it when they were awake, but it gave lots of people a chance to get power naps, because we were still going until 10 o'clock. We still had 4 hours to kill when we were done.
All right. Well, I mean,
than that, I'm not sure, honestly.
Well,
I might jump on sometime soon and just run some more Apex or something.
Yeah. I imagine you and Shiro, you're probably going to be like completely engulfed in Pokemon Sword and Shield right now.
There's that too, and I'm halfway through the game. I'm not starting it.
My Pokemon are having sex right now.
Nice.
My Pokemon are having sex, you know.
Well, good night, everybody.
All right. So Shiro, are you doing any personal streaming, or like what's your
randomly?
Okay. So are you on Mixer, or are you back on Twitch now?
On Twitch.
On Twitch, okay. Twitch.tv/Shiro937.
Yeah.
You guys haven't already followed
him? Me money, so there's that.
There you go. And for myself, depending on whether or not my internet is consistent, I mean, it's a miracle it's been consistent tonight. I have no idea how that's possible, but
I'm here.
Myself and Silent Hero, who's in the chat right now, we're going to hopefully continue on with Infamous on the PS3. Think about like halfway through it, if I don't stop to do all the side missions. But yeah, I'll be kicking off that tomorrow night. If you're watching me live on twitch.tv/JohnnyLChase. Avoid puddles. So I've made it a GIF now. So there was a point where people were cheering me on. I was like, "Yeah, Infamous, we love you. Make love to me, Infamous, please." And then I walk through, and because I'm full of electricity, I'm conducting. I walk into a puddle, and 3 NPCs go. Blah, blah. What makes it funny is that they fall in the same animation at the same time. Oh, Wordman says at trains.
They're like, sorry.
No, Jimbo's the one that used to avoid trains.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us for the relaunch of the G1 Game Days podcast. Hopefully, I don't have any technical issues in 2 weeks. But who am I? This is G1 Game Days. Of course we are.
Yep.
So thanks, everyone, for hanging out and joining and chatting. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time. With myself, Shiro, Short Bus, and Mr. Teo Wolf for the movie segment, where we're going to review Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah.
Can't wait. All right.
What am I getting myself into?
Oh, you have no idea. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.